Good afternoon, good morning, or good night, depending on when you happen to click on this. I suck at intros. My name is Miles Kilby, and welcome to Tremendous Opinions Podcast. I kick the sign every time. Still getting used to the new setup, and I almost bust my kneecap on the table every time I swivel around. Almost. I do bust my kneecap open and it hurts really bad. Since the last episode, the Bucks have won the NBA Finals. Unless you've been trapped under a rock or on a spaceship with Jeff Bezos, you know that already. But what maybe you haven't realized is since the Bucks have won the NBA Finals, and so part of this is opinion based, but check the name of the show. Giannis is the Finals MVP. Okay, that's factual. Opinion based, I'm gonna say I think Luka Doncic is the best player in the world right now. No disrespect to KD, LeBron, or whoever else you would put in that argument. I guess Giannis, but I think Luka Doncic is the best basketball player in the world at this point in time. So we established Giannis Finals MVP, Luka best player in the world, and Nikola Jokic is the league MVP. If you think about it, that's 3 foreign basketball players that are the Finals MVP, league MVP, and best player in the world overall, pound for pound. The first time, I don't know. I think that the league is changing. The world is catching up, and I think it's evident in USA basketball. I watched 2 of the Twilight movies on HBO or Netflix or whatever, and that's a better show. And I've seen it a million times, and that's still a better show than watching this U.S. basketball team. I'd rather watch. I'll get into Olympics down here. Keep it in the NBA. Russell Westbrook to the Lakers is devastating. To me. I'm not saying that's devastating to the league. They're a problem, which they are going to be tough. But, dude, that hurts me because now I can't root for Russell. I grew up a Thunder fan, going to Thunder games. It hurts me to not be able to root for Russ because I can't root for the Lakers. At least not with LeBron and that little squad they got there. So now I'm going to have to root for someone to take them down. I wouldn't even mind if they make it to the finals and get beat, but they can't win. I wanted to see Russ get traded to the Nets for Kyrie to reestablish the original OKC Big Three in Brooklyn. And Russ West, James Harden, and KD playing together again in Brooklyn. Speaking of Brooklyn, they drafted my guy out of UNC, Day'Ron Sharpe. They traded up to the 29th pick in the first round and picked the freshman out of Carolina, I didn't think he was 6'11", but they listed him as 6'11", like 250 or something like that. He's a big bull, and I think it was a great pick, one of the better picks of the draft, and I think he's going to get to start. I imagine he would start for that team, maybe if not the 4 at the 5. If Blake Griffin re-ups for another year with them, start Blake at the 4, Day'Ron at the 5. I don't know what's up with DeAndre's contract, but if he's back, have him off the bench. Because Day'Ron, he'll be getting so many rebounds, depending on his minutes. I really think he could be like all NBA rookie team as a 29th pick. That's pretty good. But now that the point guard spot is fixed in LA, what's that leave for Dame Dalla getting out of Portland? Even before the Lakers, I wanted him to go to Boston. I think Dame Dalla would fit well in Boston. Boston would have to give up probably an assortment of picks and Jaylen Brown or Marcus Smart. And I mean, they got a couple pieces they could work around in Boston to make a package for Dame. But as a contender, I don't think the Bucks or Dallas wouldn't be a good spot. Short of joining a super team, the Sixers may trade Ben Simmons for Dame. I, I don't know if it was false or whatever, but it said that the Sixers were trying to trade Ben Simmons like that day, and I haven't seen anything on Ben Simmons being traded. So um, I don't know if Dame Dollar goes to the Sixers. They're a tough contender in the East. They're right there with the Bucks and the Nets. Um, but yeah, those are my two destinations for Dame as a contender. Now I don't know if he wants to go to a contender-based team or just money. I don't know if he'll follow the money or be loyal to the Portland. Who knows? I would like to see him get out and go to a contender, um, but we'll see in the coming days. As of the draft, obviously Dayron was my favorite player drafted, but I think the two best players ready to rock in the NBA, ready to go right now, were picks 3 and 4. I'm not totally sold on Cunningham, even though he's an Oklahoma kid. Um, I think Evan Mobley, who went to the Cavs, and Scotty Barnes from Florida State, who went to Toronto. I think they're going to be battling back and forth for the Rookie of the Year, barring injury or anything else like that. But I'm really excited about Dayron's opportunity. Dayron Sharp, the guy at UNC, he didn't even start for UNC. He was a freshman. I think he's 18, maybe 19 years old. And he's just shooting straight up to Brooklyn to the big leagues, playing with Kyrie, James, and KD. That's unbelievable. I'm excited for him, and I'm excited for this UNC team coming up this college basketball season and football season too. I'll try to go to as many games as I can of both, home games especially. And man, it's going to be good to get some normalcy back and get some college football stadiums jumping up and down and rocking. I've told the story of me having a lucky opportunity being able to see Adrian Peterson in college. There's nothing quite like a college sports atmosphere. I've been to plenty professional games. I've been to a Atlanta Hawks game against the Chiefs where actually I'm glad I thought of this on the podcast. No one listens to this, but I like telling stories. So my dad's a Tennessee Volunteer fan, and they had a safety playing for them named Eric Berry, who was he ended up being a Heisman candidate, one of the first Heisman candidates that played defense in many years. He pick sixed Tim Tebow like twice. Laid a couple nasty hits on Tim Tebow, and that's I just referenced Tebow because he was the Heisman winner at the time. He just he was all over the field, a great talent to watch play football. Eric Berry, and he ended up playing for the Kansas City Chiefs, and I grew up knowing and going to school with the son of an NFL ref, so I was lucky enough to get tickets through that NFL ref to this game at the Hawks in Atlanta. So I took a girl I was seeing at the time, and we had awesome tickets, and I was telling her about Eric Berry, who he was. This was after, I believe I'm telling this right, I believe this is after he already had a scare with cancer, and he came back, and he was playing, and I believe I'm telling this right again. I believe he had an early interception, and I was freaking out, because I was just talking about him all pregame, and I had binoculars, and I'm a total nerd, so I was just breaking it down all game, and it's a close game. Atlanta's going for a 2-point conversion at the very end of the game to seal the deal, to win, do or die, and Eric Berry ends up picking the ball off and pick six. I think it was like only one or two games in NFL history decided like that. A 2 point conversion, intercepted, and ran 100 yards back to the house. And I think when you do the conversion, it only counts as 2 points, but still, regardless, they won the game. So I happen to have on a Matt Ryan shirt, a Falcons shirt, because I'm in Atlanta. I lived in Georgia at the time. I was trying to, I don't care who wins the game. I just want to see Eric Berry. But when Eric Berry for the Chiefs, the other team, not the shirt that I'm wearing, picked that ball off and ran it back, I'm in a Falcons jersey, screaming and video camera. I mean, I pulled the phone out. I may try to find that footage and attach it to the podcast. But uh, Eric Berry silenced Atlanta that day. I've seen amazing things in a professional uh, arena, professional setting, like Loud City in Oklahoma City, the Thunder. Awesome place to watch a basketball game. But there's something about college sports. I just rambled on way too long about Eric Berry. Um, but there's something about professional sports that is great, but a little bit better and more amplified in the college, if you ask me. Um, I, it, I don't know if money is the thing. If so, maybe money's going to ruin it for these guys in college. Like if I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, but I was able to watch J.J. Redick's Duke team in the NCAA tournament in like 2006. I was a kid, and Duke had a fan called Crazy Towel Guy that every basket, every free throw, layup, 3 pointer, whatever, every time the ball went in the basket for Duke, this like middle aged, drunk looking guy would stand up. Half the time he didn't have a shirt on, and he would like wave a towel like Larry Bird. And he would just go crazy. And eventually, the fans in the student section of the fan base caught on, and they named him Crazy Towel Guy, rightfully so. So they would start going, Crazy Towel Guy, Crazy Towel Guy. The environment, and maybe the bands have something to do with it. The live bands with the drummer. There's something about the college atmosphere that just wins me over. So I can't wait to go. And it smells good outside. It smells like hot dogs and cigarettes at college venues, like at Keenan Stadium. It just, I don't know, it smells like football. It smells like freshly cut grass and freedom. That's what it smells like. I can't wait to go. Oh, I'm a loser and I keep kicking the sign. Oh, Carolina has a good team, both football, basketball, so it'll be fun. Um, yeah, OU Texas. I have that written down. So keeping it in college talk, I grew up around the OU Texas rivalry, which is, you know, alongside UNC Duke with one of the most beat down rivalries that you'll see, especially in football. And the both of them has saddled up together apparently and not only threatened to leave the Big 12 conference, but they have plans to leave. And I hate it for one, just because I'm a traditionalist kind of guy. Um, I don't like watching the NFL change their rulings or change how many games in a season or playoff format. I don't like change. Um, the college football playoff was all right, but still, I don't like change. Uh, just for the rule book purposes and looking back and comparing players and comparing stats, I don't like change in sports. So, OU Texas planning to leave the Big 12 hurts. Not only that, but they're planning to leave and go into the SEC, which is wrong. If the NBA commissioner can veto a Chris Paul trade to the Lakers 10 years ago, just to balance things out and keep a level playing field in the basketball universe, the NCAA should intervene. The the SEC can't handle two more powerhouse schools. They already control probably what 60-70% of the college football stake as it is. Adding OU and Texas to the SEC is just demoralizing to the rest of the conferences. You can't even call the SEC a power conference anymore. It's a superpower conference where, I mean, it's just going to be giants beating up on giants until one limps to the end and is the champion. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I want to see the Big 12 apologize for whatever they did wrong and let OU and Texas keep on wearing each other out in the Big 12. That's what I'd love to see. In other news, like I said, we would eventually get to the Olympics. And some of my opinions on the Olympics may, I don't know, may hack some people up, may trigger some people, but I don't care. It is what it is. Go listen to like an HGTV podcast or something. I don't feel sorry for Simone Biles. I don't. She's on every commercial, has millions of dollars. She, can barely even drive. What is she, like 20 years old? Just from what I saw, I mean, people say it's the twisties, it's whatever. It looked like she was having a mental breakdown. She probably don't like eating sushi. It was a long plane ride, just people in her ear. Twitter's exploding. She can't live a normal life. She can't walk down the street. She's probably just like sitting in the little 4x4 cubicle room in Tokyo, just letting it all eat her up inside. And that's expected. She's 20. She shouldn't be able to handle the pressure of the world. But at the same time, I don't know. That's what those people do, Even if she did have the twisties, I mean, Jordan played with the flu. The greats step up and do what they're supposed to do, and it was, I don't know, it was disturbing to watch that. I watched it happen. I watched her walk off and then come back, and at least she was supportive and stuff to the rest of the people. But I don't know, I don't feel sorry for her. USA basketball was also pretty embarrassing. They got beat twice, not an exhibition. And Luka Doncic is just exploding. He had 48 points the other night. I don't. I want to say it's because we don't have a point guard, but we do. We got Dame Dollar. He's like top 3 point guard. And we got talent. I just don't get it. And Greg Popovich is a great coach, if not the best. I think it's just hunger. It's want. Some of these foreign teams, they don't have a Bentley, and they don't have a yacht, and they don't have a horde of groupies chasing them from club to club at night. So when they do have the opportunity to drop off a Kevin Durant or to go out there and drop off a Dame Dollar just to show the video to their kids forever, yeah, they're going to give it their all and lay it out on the line. Dame Dollar and Devin Booker, he's probably still depressed from the finals. He has no reason to go out there and lay it on the line. He knows it's 4 quarters, and he gets back on a private jet and goes to the LA Hills and chills with Kendall Kardashian. It's all going to be beautiful for Devin Booker. When Slovenia, after the final buzzer for Slovenia sounds, they're going to hop on a wooden wagon and ride back. It's like a 14-month escapade back to their homeland to harvest wheat in the summertime and not have even a fireplace at night. I don't know what's going on. But you know what I'm saying. This is special for these other teams, so they're going to go out there and give USA a beating, and that's what's happening. The USA turned it up against Czech Republic, but that's just because they had to. Instagram would delete all their Instagrams if they got beat by the Czech Republic. And that's that's worse than going to jail these days. Getting banned from Instagram. At least we have women's jiu-jitsu. That's one thing that we're good at. We have women that can fight now. Terrifying. The ping pong gold medal game was China versus China. I wasn't surprised. I don't. Dude, I recommend looking that up on YouTube because it's pretty sweet. It's like me and my cousin going at it. Like after every point, they're like a Tiger Woods, and that guy. They make the noise of like someone after they dunk like an and one dunk. It's a guy. It makes me want to. We got a folded up ping pong table now, just like every other person who buys a ping pong table. It's folded up now somewhere. We need to unfold that thing and get sweaty. Uh, Dude, so I read a thing before the Olympics that some team, I can't remember the name, some like women's volleyball team was upset because like you have to wear cheeky shorts in the volleyball thing. And I mean, I get it, it's whatever. But dude, all I have written down here is ugly volleyball teams. I was watching women's volleyball the other day, and it like flashed this chick on the screen. I said, Buzz, your girlfriend, Wolf. It was, dude, she looked like the big guy from the Goonies, the guy that likes Baby Ruths from the Goonies, but it was a chick. And then it panned over to the other team, and they weren't world beaters either. I'm not saying volleyball players have to be beautiful and Maxim cover models. All I'm saying is if you're like a third world country, okay, and you don't have any volleyball practicing facilities, so your national volleyball team is trash, you might as well throw a couple of Maxim cover models in there just to balance it out and make it look okay. Like a good place to, people want to, might want to come by and see what we got going on, get a little tourist action. Because, say it's Taiwan. We're not going to know nothing about Taiwan, but if the Olympics are on and we see the Taiwan volleyball team and some bunch of smokies out there, bunch of 10s or 9.5s, even if they suck at volleyball, and we're like, dang, Taiwan got it going on. You know what I'm saying? And that may be misogynistic. I don't know. I may be casting Wedding Crashers too. I don't know. Or it may be a good point. And next Olympics, you may see a couple of terrible but really good looking volleyball teams. If the Russian Olympic Committee listens to my lowly podcast. Example. I'm digging way too deep into the ugly volleyball. Let's say the U.S. volleyball team just retires, okay? And they're looking for a few young men to get out there and represent their country. Our country. Depending on if you're American listening to this. My country. It's not mine. I don't know. I was born here, so yes, I'm a resident of America. I would, if I were to try out for an Olympic volleyball team, that's the team I'd play for. Okay. So let's say the USA needs a volleyball team. Do you think when they showed up, what would you want to see? What do you want us to be represented like? Like me and Larry the Cable Guy with Dorito dust on our fingers out there serving up foul balls. I don't even know the terminology, foul ball. Just whiffing it, dude. Or Do you want to see a couple of Matthew McConaughey looking guys, or like or Ryan Reynolds, or like Michael B. Jordan, where they got the like the love handles in the front? You know what I mean? That like 8 people in the world have those things. You want to see that? That's what you want. Even if they suck, Michael B. Jordan sucks at volleyball. Matthew McConaughey is as bad as I am at volleyball. But if that's the case, you may as well push those guys out there. And I mean, U.S. doesn't need to be represented well. I mean, people know what it is. You know, we're all over the spectrum. We got, great people, terrible people, ugly, beautiful. But still, representation. You don't want me and Larry the Cable Guy with Doritos. We're the people sitting at home, whatever. Over Dorito volleyball. Yeah, this is a long overdue podcast. Lazy again is the reason. I'm not gonna BS nobody and tell you I was busy. I had plenty of opportunities. Like I said, I watched 2 Twilight movies and all that Olympic coverage. I went to Barnes & Noble today with Shooby Dooby, my sister, and a couple good pickups. So, I really don't know what to expect of this, but the next episode, I guess I'm still going to call it episode 18, but I'm not going to do a YouTube platform. I mean, no one wants to see this unit anyways. But anyways, I'm going to do a podcast only, like audio only version of all of my records. Skip through some records. Heck, I might even sing along and lose a couple of subscriptions. But I'm going to have a good time. And I'm going to try to do that before I leave this weekend for my brother's bachelor trip. We're going to H-Town. Going to do it big down there the actual same weekend that the UFC's going to be there. And, I don't know what to expect. But hopefully we make it back alive and in one piece to do episode 19. So, if you can't see with the angle, these are the pickups I had today. I got Kid Cudi. That's the album with not Men on the Moon, but Soundtrack to My Life, Pursuit of Happiness, Day and Night. A few songs that I banged pretty heavy growing up. This is College Dropout by Kanye. All Falls Down, Spaceship Jesus Walks, Slow Jams. I mean, classic Kanye album. And as well, a little Cactus Jack, Astro World pickup. So, pretty pumped about those. I haven't even listened to them yet, so after I'm done wrapping up here, I'll probably slap one on, let it run through. But like I said, probably tomorrow I'm gonna record that audio only, and it's not like I'm gonna do promo or anything. I don't like doing promo for this. I just do it. So just be on the look for it if you like this. But thank you guys for watching again. If you do watch these things, sorry for the delay. And, man, wish us luck. And, for the travels and all that to Houston. But, dude, yeah, I'm nervous. But it's going to be great, dude. Because, I'm pretty good buddies with some of Corey's old teammates and stuff that's going. And we got some buddies from Oklahoma driving down to Houston. So, it's really going up this weekend. So, thank you guys for watching, and I don't know. I guess I'm equally as bad as I am at the outro. The ending credits for Twilight's on the TV, and my initial thought was, dang, I kind of want to watch the third Twilight, so I'm gonna do that. Yep, that won me. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll be watching Twilight. See you later.